Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Shoneman, and we're going to enjoy another essential oils education class. If you looked at the schedule, you may have saw that we had a little switch. We were going to do Aroma Touch. We're going to do that one next week, but so we swapped with what was on the schedule for next week. So tonight we're going to talk about I've got my oils, now what? So this is really designed for everyone that enjoys using doTERRA essential oils, because when we first get our oils and we know nothing, we obviously have a lot to learn. But even those of us maybe that have been exposed to essential oils for a long time, maybe we've had them sitting on the shelf for a long time and we wonder, well, I've got all these oils, what do I do with them? And so tonight we're going to talk about a number of ways that we can use our oils, how we can get the most benefit out of the oils, and know what we should be using. So we're going to get started, and we're first going to talk about 6 things tonight. We're going to talk about how to set up our LRP. That is one of the best ways that we can get the biggest benefit from our doTERRA membership. We're going to talk about what are some of the supplies that we could buy that are going to help us get the most benefit out of our oils. Then we're going to talk about how do we know what oils to use for what types of conditions. And we're going to talk about a couple of resources. One we talked about last week, the week before, I can't remember what it was, the Essential Life book, and also a new app that just came out in the last few weeks called the Wellness Nook Sage app. So we're going to introduce you to that tool that you can use to get different protocols. Then we're going to talk about how you can develop a daily routine with your oils. And then finally, how to safely safe and simple protocols that are going to help you to benefit from the oils that you've got. So we're first going to talk about the LRP, or the rewards program. Now, why is this a secret weapon? Well, basically, I want to think of your rewards program as like a savings account. The longer you stay in it and the more points you accumulate, every point is going to be redeemable for products that you already love. So you're going to be able to get points back from the products you're buying, and you're going to be able to really use those points in a number of ways. So that's the one thing, is that you're going to get points back, but you're also going to get some other things with the rewards program. You're going to be able to get a customizable cart. Many people use it like a shopping cart that they can put on their, or even a wish list that they can use to add things to their cart or take things away and put them on the wish list and so forth. And so it's fully customizable. You change it every single month, and you can change the date you want it to ship. You can ship it whenever, now if you want to do that. And so it's really a great program. Another benefit of the rewards program is that if you do a 125 PV order by the 15th of the month, doTERRA is going to give you a free product. And it's a different product every month. It's usually a basic oil, like it might be Deep Blue or frankincense or On Guard. It's going to be an oil that you're already going to be using and enjoying, and you're going to get that for free. Also, with a 100 PV order on your rewards program, you're going to get free shipping. So you're going to not have any minimums above that to get the free shipping. 100 PV or more, you get free shipping. We talked about earning points, and this is really the most powerful aspect of the rewards program, because you're going to earn up to 30% after you've been on the program for 13 months. And so it's basically like getting everything at 30% below wholesale that you buy. So the important thing to optimize this program is to understand at what point you get what benefits. So to help you understand that, in order to accumulate points, you have to put at least a 50 PV order. That's the point at which you start earning points, and you start accumulating that 10, 15, 20, 25, then 30% after 13 months. If you do 100 PV order or more, like we just mentioned, that is going to give you free shipping, 125, the free product of the month, and so forth. And so it's a good time to be able to stock up on your various staple oils, your digestin, your On Guard, your LLV, or your VMG, whatever the supplements you like to use. Putting those on your LRP, you're going to get points for every single that you put it with that. So how do you set up an LRP? So you just log into your doTERRA account, or you just go to shop.doTERRA.com, sign into your account, and find the My Loyalty Orders. And at that point, you can, from the drop-down, click on the Get Started button, and you just start building your order for your loyalty program. Then you pick the products that you want for the month, and then pick a date that you want the subscription to ship. So it's recommended that you pick a date of the 8th through the 12th for the maximum flexibility before the cutoff on the 15th of the month, so that you can get that free product of the month that comes with 125 PV or more. The next thing is to click the Create Order. Once you create the order, you're officially enrolled in the LRP. You'll receive a confirmation email a couple of days before the order ships, just to remind you it's coming. And then you start accumulating your points. So that's the first program, is the LRP program. The second thing that we want to do with our oils is to determine what supplies that we want to order to get the biggest benefit. For example, look at the right column or the left column here. We have the must-haves right now. So even if you just enrolled, you just got your order, these are the things you're going to want to have right away. You're going to want to have the fractionated coconut oil, which is the carrier oil that will be able to help you dilute the oils for sensitive skin and for creating roller balls. Then we want to get the 6-pack of the 10-millimeter roller balls. And these are great because you can start mixing your own concoctions that will help you to use the oils on the go, because they're roller balls. They roll right onto your skin nicely, and it's a really nice way to dilute the oils and use them on your skin. Also, you want to get some small label stickers. Those are available on doTERRA.com. And those are really helpful, especially when you start getting a lot of oils and you have them standing up straight in a container or something, or a box. You'll be able to see them right from the top, which oil is which, and be able to keep your oils organized. And then, of course, you're going to want a diffuser. So some of the enrollment kits come with a diffuser, other ones don't. So you want to make sure you have a good quality diffuser, and make sure it's the right size diffuser for the room that you want to use it in. Some other worth adding soon items are veggie caps. A lot of times you can make your own balms that you can use to take the oils internally, especially some of the oils that don't taste real good. If you don't want to put it in water or just put it under your tongue, you'll be able to put it in a veggie cap and swallow it just like you would a regular pill. You can also get glass spray bottles that you can use for sprays, room fresheners. They're really versatile to use a lot of different ways. Then you're going to want to get some small glass jars that you can create your own balms and salves and things like that. There's all kinds of neat recipes, especially in some of the books that we have that go along with the oils. And then, of course, a storage case to start protecting your oils as your collection starts building. So those are some of the starter things we want to do. A lot of times a question always comes up is, if you're going to make a roller ball, how much do you put in there? And this is a nice rule of thumb to understand. Generally for adults, it's a 5% dilution. So you put 10 drops of essential oil and fill the remainder of the roller ball with the fractionated coconut oil. But of course, for sensitive skin or for new users, you might want to dilute a little bit more, just to just till you start getting used to it to make sure it's going to be compatible with your skin and sensitivity. And of course, children, we need to dilute it even more. It might be even only a 1 to 1.5% dilution, especially for children ages 2 to 10. And for children under 2, we want to really consult somebody knowledgeable, maybe the wellness advocate that signed you up, or someone else before you start giving essential oils to babies and toddlers. Writing a label on every roller ball as to how you intend to use it, the date you made it. That way it's going to be very identifiable, and the whole family is going to be able just to grab what they need on the go. So the question comes up, how do you store your oil? Storage is a really important factor. And like it says there in that first slide, we want to store them away from sunlight and heat. So it might be a drawer, a wooden box. Those are good ideas. And never leave oils in a hot car. Heat destroys essential oils. So please don't leave them someplace hot, especially this time of year when it's so hot in so many places. The other thing to remember is always keep the bottle upright. Don't lay it on its side. Avoid that, because that will speed up the evaporation and oxidation, and so we never want to store them on their side. As far as organizing them, there's different ways you can do it. These are just a couple of ideas. Some like to organize them by use, immune, sleep, mood, digestion, topical blends, and so forth. I like to just do it alphabetically. We have all of ours alphabetically because we know what we're looking for and we know exactly where to grab it. And we've got a shelf with probably 150 oils on it. So if I put them all by a category, I think I might drive myself nuts. So we just do it alphabetically. But as far as organized by use too, a lot of people too like to still keep their oils where they're going to use them. We do that a lot with the ones that we're currently using. We'll leave the ones in the bathroom that we're going to use in the evening or in the morning. And we'll leave in the kitchen those that we're going to take with breakfast or food in the morning. So there's different ways you can do it. Some people put their diffuser blends next to the diffuser. There's a number of ways you can do it. Just trying to keep yourself organized, but also keeping the oils visible so you know where they are when you need them. And then we can also separate the rollers from the 5 and 10 and 15 milliliter bottles. That's also a way you can separate your oils. As far as tools, as far as knowing how to use the oils or what oil to use for what situation, we had a beautiful program that Amanda did for us on the Essential Life book and the Essential Life app. That's going to be available. If you didn't see it, that'll be available on our YouTube channel to watch the recording. But she did an awesome 20-minute, 25-minute presentation on how to use it. But having that Essential Life book is really, really valuable to in order to have the most comprehensive guide. And ignore that 7th edition there. We're up to the 9th edition. I'm not sure. I forgot to fix that typo. 9th edition back here is here on the bottom there. So it's available either from Amazon or from one of your wellness advocates might have it as well. We want to talk about another way to use this book, and that's a 3-step process. So we want to identify the concern. What's the issue? Is it a digestive issue? Is it an immune system issue, a sleep issue? Identify that condition, and then go to the index in the back. Look for the key word, and you'll be able to see where to go in the book to find the answer to your condition. Then the step 2 is to find the oil. And there's always multiple oils mentioned for every type of situation. And so if we don't have one oil, we may have another one, or it may give us an idea of maybe something that we can purchase to add to our menagerie and so forth. It also has some blends in there, how to make some blends, what the dilution ratio is for the topical applications. And so there's a really plethora of information there into how to find those oils and use them. And then step 3, apply with confidence. So put it in the location where it ails you. That's generally the best advice, or the bottom of your feet. So that's how you use the oils of the essential life book. We mentioned there's a new app. We're going to actually be having a presentation in detail on this app in the future. The Wellness Duck Sage app. This is an awesome tool that's been released because it goes right on your phone. It only uses doTERRA recognized resources for the information because it uses AI. AI can be problematic when we're using it to try to find solutions to uses of our essential oils, because many times they are looking at non-doTERRA resources and it's not the purest oils when that happens. So this app, as you're going to find out in the near future, is quite a remarkable app that's been created to help us use our oils effectively. So sometimes we wonder, well, do we use the book or should we use an app? And this is just kind of a preference or where we are. Obviously, if we're not at home, don't have the book, the app is nice to have on our phone because we can use it on the run. But when we want to really research something or go into something in great detail, make a deep dive, then the book is really a fantastic resource to do just that. So these are just some ideas of some morning rituals and how you can kind of build those. So this is like a wake up and energize ritual using essential oils. Step 2 is we figure out what we're going to do with breakfast. We talked about the vitamins, the supplements, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and the VMG Plus and the omegas. Those are usually the products we use with breakfast or food. Then when we're getting ready to hit the road for the day, we might go to step 3 here and use a topical application of On Guard on the bottom of our feet, apply balance or the grounding blend or our wrists, just to get our mood in a nice place, get our immune system cranked up for the day. And then if we need a little extra help, we can anchor our mood with inhaling the emotional support blend like Balance or Elevation, Bergamot, Intune, or Adaptive. And then as we head out the door, make sure you take your oils. Grab those oils to apply during the day while you're out and about, and then you're going to be ready to hit the ground running. Here's some ideas to do before bed, some rituals that we can do to wind the evening down. Diffuser, 30 minutes before we go to bed, could be serenity, lavender, cedarwood, could be any of those things, just to kind of get us in the frame of mind that we're settling down for the evening and getting ready to go to bed. And then before we go to bed, using a few drops of lavender. And we could even do that in a like I mentioned, in a tub. So I had to take a bath with Epsom salts, lavender. That's a great way to relax before going to bed. And then we can add a little fraction of coconut oil on our skin to soften that up before we get ready for bed. Then we can apply a sleep roller. Could be lavender or serenity on our pulse points, bottom of the feet, before we actually hop into bed. If we're dealing with any digestive issues, we could address that with Digestin, or even the Digestin tabs. A little heartburn or a little indigestion, that's a great way to get our body geared up to have a good night's sleep. So what about safety? These are a few safety items that we want to remember. It's always good to dilute the carrier oil, anything we're going to put on our skin, neck, or face. We can even test a patch, a small area, maybe a day before we're going to use it in a more broad sense. And especially with kids, we want to use it aromatically first, just to see how they react to it. And always remember, we want to keep our oils out of the reach of our pets and our children, because some of them are toxic. Uh, we want to remember if we're going to put citrus oils in our water to make sure we use glass or stainless steel containers. Don't use plastic bottles to put water and essential oils in because they will deteriorate the plastic and that plastic's going to end up in your body, which is not a good thing. What do we avoid for safety? Well, we don't want to apply things near our eyes, ears, or other orifices that could be detrimental to us. We want to remember not to use citrus oils topically before sun exposure because they're photosensitive. You will definitely not ever do that again if you forget. Never give eternal oils to children without the guidance. Don't use oils on pets without first researching it because some are toxic to dogs and cats. And especially if you're pregnant or dealing with someone who is pregnant, make sure you get some nice guidance from your doctor before you actually start using the oils. So these are a few simple protocols. We're not going to have time to really go through them, but a lot of these protocols are available in the Essential Life book, and you can start looking at those to really benefit from some of the fine resources that are available in the Essential Life book. Okay, so let's review. What are our first 5 steps? We get our oils, or we've been sitting the oils on the shelf. We want to set up our LRP. We want to build our supply kit. We want to get and use the reference books that are available. And we want to start a routine and do it consistently for 30 days. And that's how we're going to see results. And then use this community that we have here because we're all here to help each other and to continue to help us to thrive with our essential oils. So that's our presentation. Is there any questions? Any questions on what we talked about today? Anything in the chat, Amanda?
No, I did. I mean, I appreciate your comment on having the veggie caps. Because especially when you're first starting out with the oils, if you're not sure you love the taste of some of them, the veggie caps are $4 for a big bottle of it. Definitely the roller bottles, all that stuff's good to have. I just remember when we started out using oils, that was like so exciting to have these tools. So having them on hand, I mean, we rewash roller bottles, they're glass. We, wash them out, soak them in hot water and soap and clean them out, keep all your supplies. Moira made a point that her house was 85, a little hot for the oils. So that's warm for humans.
That is warm. Yeah, I think the recommended temperature is not above 75. You're just going to see that they could lose some of their potency over time if they get warm like that. So that is something to consider. I mean, you can put them in the fridge. It's not going to hurt them. Put them in the fridge. It's certainly not going to hurt them. Good comment. Any other questions anybody has? Any other comments?
And if anyone has questions on using their points, I just used points to get a free helichrysum. I was stoked. That's an important oil to have. So
right, exactly.
Points are a big deal.
Very nice. Okay, I think everybody wants to win a prize. That's why we're here.
I'm thinking so too.
So you want to stop the recording, then we'll spin the wheel to see who wins?
Yep. Give me one moment.